in the Israeli government have said,
Max
which is
Miller
to flatten...
is an obscure Republican official. It does not matter what he says.
So every leftist, wait a minute, Robbie, every leftist in America was asked to apologize for some random protest.
They should apologize. They should apologize for their endorsement of terrorist attacks on innocent Israeli civilians, just as I am outraged by the retaliatory actions that are killing innocent Palestinian children everywhere. I care about both of these things and have said I care about both of these things over and over again. It is you
who just simply tell the story like it really is. Like, if Hamas never did what they did, the people in Palestine will not have gotten into this mess. You understand? So this is what you just have to, can we speak straight, somebody? Really excited. Listen, guys, I said we are winning. I'm explaining to you what we mean by that. You just keep watching. Just keep watching.
So sick of people trying to make excuses and bounce around the truth and use these anecdotal situations to justify what they're doing against Israel. Like it's the left. You should know that it's something here when it seems like everybody on the left is taking this position. Black Lives Matter posted, Hamas fighters flying in on paragliding with guns killing innocent people. They posted a video sympathizing with them. Free Palestine. This is what they really believe.
That's crazy.
They really support Hamas. They know that it's crazy. So some of them back down and they say free Palestine, free Palestine. They don't mean that. They should be saying free Palestine from Hamas, which is a terrorist group. But they don't say free Palestinians. They don't say it like that. They say it because they wanted to be free from Israel, not Hamas. We already know that. But let me let you listen to what this dude said, because he blew my socks off, man. Wrote a clip.
Palestinian child is killed, and we heard this from Dershowitz and many other defenders of the indiscriminate killing of Palestinian children. Well, it must be the case that Hamas was using them as a human shield. It must be the case that a Hamas missile was located close to those children and it could not be helped. And on the other side, we're being told that Palestinians are keeping Israeli children in cages and decapitating them by the dozens, neither which rumor turned out to be true. And yet in the middle of a tragedy that needed no embellishment to make the case for why Hamas's acts are horrible and tragic, there is still this...
He's about to lose it. He's about to lose it on her. It's crazy. Like, how are you trying to sanitize what these men have done, how they started this war? Now, we can have a discussion about the degree of response coming from the Israel, right? What do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do when you go to their home and you did something like that? Have you seen the video? There's a video online right now. I'm not going to be able to play it on here, okay? Twitter. I mean, YouTube is very sensitive to content like this, but I will encourage you to go and watch this video. I hope you got strong stomach. I hope you have a heart to endure, because you're gonna need that to watch this video. It's right there. It's got 5.6 million views already. Okay, so again, I'm not going to be able to play this. It tells you extremely graphic. Listen, friends, listen. This video, the stuff that's on here, like I said, I can't play that. I can't play that. I can't play that. You're not ready for this. I will not encourage you to watch this if you don't have the heart, because that you will be sick to your stomach. Okay, when you see what these people have done, and I'm so glad for this video. It came out literally 21 hours ago. 5-point-something million views. You know why? Because the evidence is so strong of the nature of brutality, barbaric behaviors from the Hamas soldiers. When you see what they've done to complete innocent people, it's one thing you have an issue with someone, with a country, and you target their government. You go to their political leaders and you make a statement. You go to the White House. You did what you needed to do, right? You say something there. Get your point across. I get you. I get you. But when you go to the average grandmother, when you go to a teenager's concert, when you go to the average children, bruh, that is completely different. There is no justification of this. And this is why I don't feel sorry. I feel sorry for the Palestinian people and what's happening there. They don't deserve this. But I don't feel sorry for Hamas, because these guys are cruel, man. The level of cruelty is unacceptable, and we should stop playing this game. We should stop playing this game. And I'll tell you what, if you have the heart to watch this video, go watch it. I can't. I probably could play this on Rumble, but I wouldn't even want to do that because I'm telling you, I was watching this. I felt like crying. I felt like weeping, man. I felt like weeping like a child when you see the images. When you see, I'm done. Let's get back to the video. You know what I mean. Go check it out. Go check it out. As a matter of fact, I'll give you. It's under Israel Defense Forces. They've been putting it out. They've been saying it. They're hiding nothing. They're hiding nothing. They said this is what's going on. The news is saying this, and this is what's really happening. All right. So this is the title of the video. So for those of you who want a link to it, let me give you a link. You watch that, and after you're done, let me know how much you cry, because that's literally what I felt like doing the whole time I was watching it. So when these people are saying what they're saying, man, I'm telling you, it's like the level of evil that these guys portrayed in that video. You will never see. How could you go to the Capitol and protest in favor of Hamas after you watch that video? If you were to do that, it tells me something is completely wrong with you mentally. Something is completely wrong with you mentally.
Embellishment, and I believe it is rooted in a desire to strip humanity from the people of Palestine and justify doing what Max Miller and a number of other officials in the Israeli government have said,
Max
which
Miller
is to flatten.
an obscure Republican official. It does not matter what he says.
So every leftist, wait a minute, Robbie, every leftist in America was asked to apologize for some random protest.
They should apologize. They should apologize for their endorsement of terrorist attacks on innocent Israeli civilians, just as I am outraged by the retaliatory actions that are killing innocent Palestinian children everywhere. I care about both of these things and have said I care about both of these things over and over again. It is you and the idiotic, leftist, terrorist sympathizing people who do not care about the dead Israelis. They don't.
So I'm
Shot fired. Oh my Lord. I have never seen him. I mean, for the most part, he's very moderate and very laid back kind of guy. This one really ached them. He lost it. You could tell she's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be in this together. Nope, sister. You touched a nerve.
Leftist, terrorist sympathizing people who do not care about the dead Israelis. They don't.
So I'm a terrorist.
And they've said it over and over again. Black Lives Matter has said it. The Harvard students have said it. The DSA in various locations have said it. The left endorses what Hamas did. They do. They endorse it.
The Harvard newspaper said exactly what the editorial.
Oh man, I can't. This is needed. This level of outrage is needed to a degree, because you just cannot drill the fact in people's head. When you have people who've done this level of evil, and here is a political left justifying this thing, bro, you gotta raise your voice. You gotta speak up. You gotta scream out, because it's like, what in the world are you justifying here? What in the world are you trying to do? So I listen, I totally understand where he's coming from. His anger, from my perspective, is rightly justified. Yes, she doesn't know what to do, because she's not used. She wasn't expecting this to come out from him, because for the most part, he's very controlled. But nope, homeboy had enough today.
These things, and have said I care about both of these things over and over again. It is you and the idiotic, leftist, terrorist sympathizing people who do not care about the dead Israelis. They don't.
So I'm a terrorist.
And they've said it over and over again. Black Lives Matter has said it. The Harvard students have said it. The DSA in various locations have said it. The left endorses what Hamas did. They do. They endorse it.
The Harvard newspaper said exactly what the editorial page of Israel's major newspapers.
I don't give a
Oh my Lord. Oh, okay. By the way, is the sound coming through okay? just double check, because somebody said, where is the sound? Is the sound coming through okay? I hope so. Let me know. Confirm with me, please. This is oh my goodness. I'm waiting for somebody to confirm. Okay, somebody. All right. Yep. All right. Thank you so much. So let's get back to the video. I see it. Oh my goodness. He's I've never seen him losing it this bad. I'm telling you, this situation here is showing out true colors. It's showing a lot of character, and people are making a decision based on what he's writing. Correct. Sound is good. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back to it. He said, I don't give a blank. Oh my Lord, he did say it. He said it.
I don't give a
With the editorial page of Israel's major newspapers.
I don't give a
Goodness, he lost it. Oh my Lord, he lost it. Oh,
I'm trying to be a Christian, so I can't say what he said. But in my mind, I have to try to.
yeah.
That's what I want to say to people that talk like her. Quit making excuses.
Please stop.
These people are showing their true colors. They're endorsing Hamas. And it's so ridiculous that people try to jump around it. They hate the Jews. They do. That is the stance of leftists. Rashida Tlaib, all these ones, they call them the squad. They can't wait to be anti-Semitic. They want to. They're trying to save face, so they don't just come out and say exactly what. But when opportunities come like this, why is old girl, I forget her name, she got a Palestinian flag in front of her congressional office? Like, what? Why?
Yeah, to leave.
In a conflict like this, you can wait till the smoke settle and then put your support out there.
That's
You're
what I think.
literally supporting a group of people that have just done an unthinkable act against Jewish people.
Yep.
And you don't even live in neither one of those countries. But this
crazy.
is your protest. All right,
It's crazy.
he is firing up on them.
We got 60 people watching, so I got 50 thumbs up. We need to push this thing up, okay? All right, 51 thumbs up. Let's push it. The rest of the 9 of you who just joined in or just watching, give this video a thumbs up. Let's keep going.
Anna,
Okay, well, that's clear that that's your opinion, but the Israeli voices in Israel who are getting killed because their fascist right-wing government decides to keep 2.3
the Israelis are getting killed
people.
because a terrorist group targeted them. And they
That's facts. I wish the left would just simply tell the story like it really is. Like, if Hamas never did what they did, the people in Palestine will not have gotten into this mess. You understand? So this is what you just have to. Can we speak straight, somebody? Like, stop with the backward talk, because that's it's causing more lives. Hamas needs to be condemned and exposed for what they are. Stop justifying them. They are, people in Palestine now and people in Gaza are suffering because of what their government have done. And they need to come out and boldly stand against it. But here we are, the left, here we are trying to sanitize, polish, and justify the wickedness of the group. Oh, they're freedom fighters. Are you serious? Anyway, it gets better because we got another video coming. You just wish yourself. It's going to have a party today. It's going to be fun today. Let's keep watching.
bear responsibility for what they did.
Well, Robbie, if you think you know more than Israelis in Israel, then you can feel free to have your position. But the position of Israelis, who are the ones that are being victimized by this terrorism, is that the fact of stripping the rights of 2.3 million people in an apartheid state on their border are conditions that are-
Justify terrorist attacks on civilians in those
Do you
territories.
think that justifies terrorist attacks?
No.
Well, I don't either. So why do you keep saying
Well, I don't think the occupation is justified either. So
Okay.
why are you saying that I
So,
did?
Robbie, I'm not saying
All right. So they ended it right around there. But you see what they're trying to say. Robbie don't want to ruffle the feathers and stuff like that. I get it, man. I get it. But I'm not willing to go that far. Like, people, you're going to have to, it's crazy to me that in our country, we're even having this conversation at all about Palestine and the Israel people. Like, the same argument can be made about the Native Americans in the United States of America. You can make the same argument. But the argument isn't consistent because the Jewish people were there way before the Palestinian people to start with. So that land belongs to them way before this ever even happened. Thousands of years ago. I mean, the history of the entire Bible for the Jewish people is right there in Israel. Now, let's move beyond that. You have a people that's there. You have a people that migrated there. Wars were fought, and Israel won. And therefore, they occupy most and control most of the land there. Ding, 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 duh. And the same thing happened in America. We had a battle with the Mexicans. We had battles with the natives, and natives are now on a reservation. And Americans control the entire United States of America. Duh. Now, if the natives, they have opportunities to come and work in America, just like Palestinians in Gaza have an opportunity to come and work in Israel. And then if you don't want to, because you want to be isolated, you want to be amongst your own people, you want to have your own state, then they live in Gaza. Natives live in reservations. They get money, they get support, they get all kind of stuff from our country, from Israel, You name it. They getting supported money from all kind of places. But their government is using it to be terrorists and not supporting their own people. Now, one day, if Native Americans want to posture up and think they're going to somehow come off the reservation and start killing innocent people, what do you think the United States government is going to do? It's called retaliation. You knew that if you start doing that, America will retaliate against you. You think that's come on, like what are we even talking about?
It's common sense.
The Palestinians may feel like they shouldn't have lost. But that's the way war works. You lose, you snooze, you lose. Now Israel reestablished their presence in Israel. And if you want it back, you better do it diplomatically or move on.
Yep.
Because if you want war and you lose, why you mad at somebody else? You lost.
Yep.
If you could have beat them, you would be taking over them. But you can't beat them. Just like in America, they can't beat us. Mexico can't beat us. Canada can't beat us. And I'm not saying we're separate from the natives, but if natives want to posture up against the United States of America, y'all can't beat us. So you're just going to take it on the chin. I don't know what else we're talking about. Illegally occupied. It's just stupid to me.
Yeah. Judith, you brought a good point here. People need to do their research. Why Hamas allowed to go into Israel? Israel has the best military high-tech equipment, and not an ant can get through without being detected. I do have some questions as well. Actually, I have a video about that. Like, how did the intelligence fail so bad? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would blame the IDF for this, Israel's government for this. I can't really say because I don't have the facts. But I'm wondering, did somebody want the war? I mean, if you want to play that conspiracy theory game, right? Did they want this to happen for the purpose of retaliating? For you to say that, it's a little bit early, but it's a possibility. You understand? I mean, I don't know how much of the deep state is behind this. Is Israel really involved? Do they know what's really going on? Or are they being played by the deep state? We really don't know, but it's okay to ask those questions. So you brought a good point. You brought a really good point here. And I actually did a video about that. I did a video about that. Very similar, right? Somebody say 9/11. Yeah, very similar, right? Boom, we had this issue. And all of a sudden, like, our laws are changed. You know what I'm saying? We're going to war. It's like, okay, did you want that to happen? Was that part of the plan from the very beginning? It's okay. We can ask questions. We don't have to get into all that, tinfoil hat kind of thing. Well, it's okay to ask the questions because we're not sure what's going on here. Yeah, so you brought a good point.
The same people that cry about Palestinians being illegally occupied by the Israeli state, they the same people that live in America and we occupy the native land. But with all that being said, you want Israel to give back the land to the Palestinians. You mofos won't give not a single ounce of land to the natives. You mofos live right on Native American land. You know you live on land. You bought the house on the land. You talk a lot of ish, but you ain't going to do nothing about it. You're not going to give your land over. So shut the front door. You expect Israel to give over land to Palestinians after they lost the war. And they throwing bombs in Israel indiscriminately. Thank God they have the Iron Dome. But you talk all that noise, but you're not finna give up your stuff. Black people used to live in this area right here before it was, I forget what they call it, gentrification or whatever you call it. But you was living in that house, you ain't thought a thing about it. You gonna still living in high rise. You ain't finna get that land to nobody. Give it up to the black family that used to live here that they got priced out of that area. You ain't gonna do that because you full of crap. I want to cuss. You sorry son of a guns. You full of crap. You're virtue signaling cowards. It irritates me to no end. You hypocrite.
Yep.
Let me get off here before I lose my salvation. Y'all go and donate and support Israel.
Oh, you said let me get up before I lose my salvation.
All
right, Officer Tatum is on point though. He does make a lot of sense. You don't have to agree with everything he says, but he does make a lot of sense. Somebody says, "What do you mean that we are winning?" Somebody's losing their minds. First of all, this is a long video, so we're not gonna do this one today. That could be a whole nother discussion in itself. But Listen, man, it gets really better with this one. Let's listen to Dr. Steve Turley with this one, because again, I make a bold stand against any evil being portrayed toward a group of people, and that goes for both Israel and Palestine. I think I don't think it's okay what's happening to the people there as a result of what's going on. But I do understand the nature that wars have consequences, man. There are so many nuances, and people will suffer as a result of that. I wish it never happened, but it has happened, and it's murky, it's dirty, it's bad. Okay. But what I cannot do is justify Hamas. I can't. I'm not holding no signs for them. Are you serious? I cannot do that, man. That's ridiculous to do it, man. That is inhumane, unthoughtful. All right. So we are living in a time when people are calling good evil and evil good right now. This is what we're living at. We're living in woe unto them, man. Woe unto them. If you call evil good evil and evil good, you're putting darkness for light and light for darkness. You justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. We got to be careful, man, not to fall into the camp of those individuals who are justifying evildoers. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. Like